News right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Esther Wachuku. We'll begin with the village head of Kuruminwali community in Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State, Mr. Ishaku Dan Azumi, disclosing that the terrorists who abducted 177 Christian worshippers were sighted today, moving with their captives around the Maro axis of the council area. Dan Azumi, in a telephone interview, said that the abductors and their victims were seen trekking on foot between Ungwangamu and Maro communities, although their exact destination could not be ascertained. According to the traditional ruler, the development followed threats allegedly issued by the terrorists on Wednesday evening after they noticed the presence of security operatives in the area. The residents received information early on today that the abductors and their captives had been sighted trekking through bush path between Ugwangamu and Maro communities. The village had expressed deep concerns over the safety and well-being of the abducted worshippers and called on security agencies to intensify surveillance and rescue operations to ensure their safe return. Residents of Kajuru have suffered repeated incidents of mass abductions, killings and destruction of farmlands, with many villagers forced to flee their homes at various times due to persistent insecurity. Now, despite sustained military operations in parts of southern Kaduna, the terrorists have continued to stage attacks, often targeting places of worship, farmlands and highways. The 177 worshippers were abducted on Sunday during church services in Kuruminwali community, which sparked outrage and renewed calls by religious leaders, community stakeholders, civil society groups, including House of Rep member Riley Moore, for decisive action to end mass kidnappings in the state. Now, the United States President, Mr. Donald Trump, has claimed the terrorists responsible for the killing of thousands of Christians in Nigeria being forcefully confronted by the United States, declaring that his administration has hit them very hard. However, Trump made the assertion on Thursday, declaring that the complacency of the Nigerian government in tackling these individuals prompted the United States of America to intervene in the process. Also, a body for resolving international conflicts with a $1 billion price tag for permanent membership in Davos, the president spoke broadly about security challenges and U.S. sanctions against militant groups. He said, and I quote, "And in Nigeria, we are annihilating terrorists who are killing Christians. We have hit them very hard. They have killed thousands and thousands of Christians." In November, Trump voiced strong criticism of the Nigerian government over what he described as the genocide of Christians in the country. He, however, said that via a conservative radio program highlighted by Fox News, where he captured the exchange of Trump claiming that thousands of Christians are being killed in Nigeria, accusing the government of failing to curb extremist violence. The U.S. president reiterated his administration's earlier designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern over alleged religious persecution, saying Washington might take further action if the situation does not improve. "Nigeria is a disgrace. The whole thing is a disgrace," Trump said during the interview. "They're killing people by the thousands. It's a genocide, and I'm really angry about it." He warned that the U.S. could cut off aid to Nigeria, citing American financial support to the country. And still on the situation right there, details of a high-level meeting between the United States and the federal government over Nigeria's designation as a country of particular concern have emerged. U.S. President Mr. Donald Trump designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern over the alleged violation of religious freedom, especially against Christians. In a joint statement issued today after the meeting in Davos, the Nigerian and U.S. government said the first session of the U.S.-Nigeria Joint Working Group was held in Abuja today, January 22, 2026. The group was set up after Trump designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern under the International Religious Freedom Act. Nigeria's delegation was led by the National Security Advisor, Mr. Nuhu Ribadu, and included representatives of 10 ministries and agencies, while the U.S. team was headed by Secretary of State Alison Hooker, alongside officials from 8 federal agencies. The two sides held what they described as strategic discussions on how deeper U.S.-Nigeria cooperation could improve religious freedom and strengthen security nationwide. They also reaffirmed the long-standing bilateral relationship between both countries, which they said is grounded in shared values of pluralism, respect for the rule of law, and sovereignty. The U.S. delegation welcomed Nigeria's recent steps to tackle insecurity, particularly in the north-central states, where attacks on farming and Christian communities have been frequent. Both governments, the statement added, that a strong and unflinching commitment to upholding the principles of religious freedom and agreed on the need for joint, active, and sustained measures to promote and protect freedom of religion or belief for all, in line with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Meanwhile, the United States House Committee on Foreign Affairs has condemned the abduction of more than 160 worshippers from churches in Kaduna State, warning that Washington will not tolerate violence against Christians anymore in Nigeria. You do know that the bandits, or terrorists rather, attacked congregants during church services in the area of Kaduna local government on Sunday, where they abducted about 177 worshippers. Although the Kaduna State government and the Nigerian police force initially denied the incident, authorities later confirmed on Wednesday that the abduction indeed took place. Also, the abductors are demanding the return of 17 motorcycles valued at about 28.9 million naira, allegedly seized during recent military operations, as a condition for releasing the victims. Reacting to this incident, the United States House Committee on Foreign Affairs, in a statement posted on its verified X account on Wednesday, strongly condemned the attack. They said, and I quote, "This past Sunday, Islamic terrorists in Nigeria raided churches, kidnapped more than 168 Christians. President Trump made it clear, we cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria. The United States will not tolerate the massacre of innocent Christians." The United States Undersecretary for Political Affairs, Alison Hooker, condemned the attack, urged the Nigerian government to take stronger steps to protect Christian communities and guarantee freedom of worship. We do know that Hooker spoke at a high-level United States-Nigeria working group meeting, which was held in Abuja earlier today. And still on the world news at 6, a deadly attack on a mining site in Kuru community, just South local government area, Plateau State, has left 7 people dead. Now, this accident, or rather this unfortunate incident, occurred on Wednesday night, and it also left others injured. The senior special assistant to Governor Caleb Mutwang on artisanal mining, Emmanuel Solomon, confirmed the killings to correspondents in Jos early today. Solomon said, and I quote, "I have just been informed about the attack in the Kuru community, which happened yesterday night. 7 people died in the attack. I'm about to go to the community to see things myself." He described the incident as rather unfortunate. He noted that it follows a string of similar assaults on miners in the council area. Also, Solomon stressed that the situation requires urgent attention and pledged that the state government will look into the matter so that miners can have security backup going forward. The spokesman for the Plateau State Police Command, Alabo Alfred, however, could not be reached when phone calls were made across to ascertain the dire circumstances surrounding the incident of the miners. Now in Rivers State, the Chief Judge of Rivers State, Justice Chibuzo Simeon Amadi, has declined a request from the State House of Assembly to establish a 7-member panel to probe allegations of gross misconduct against Governor Sim Fubara and his deputy, Professor Ngozi Udu. While the Chief Judge based his decision on court orders that prohibited him from creating such a panel, while acknowledging the request from the State Assembly for him to set up a panel to investigate the governor and his deputy, Justice Amadi noted that his office is also in receipt of 2 separate court orders of interim injunction preventing him from taking such action. He emphasized that constitutionalism and the rule of law remains the bedrock of democracy, and he is bound to obey the interim order until it is set aside or the suit is finally determined. In a very recent development, Governor of Oyo State and a key figure in the opposition People's Democratic Party, Seyi Makinde, visited the presidential villa in Abuja to meet with the president. Makinde arrived at the State House shortly after the governor of Plateau State, Caleb Mutwang, who recently defected from the PDP to the ruling All Progressives Congress, arrived and proceeded directly to the president's office. As of the time this report was being found, the agenda of the meeting between the president and the Oyo State governor had not been disclosed. Makinde was was one of the 5 PDP governors known as the G5 who openly opposed the emergence of Atiku Abubakar as the PDP presidential candidate ahead of the 2023 general election. The group argued that based on the PDP's zoning arrangement, the presidency should have rotated to the south after the 8-year tenure of former President Muhammadu Buhari from the north. All the members of the G5 were Nyesom Wike of Rivers State, Samuel Otam of Benue State, Ifeanyi Iguanyi of Enugu State, and Okeze Ikpeazu of Abia State at the time. The group eventually worked against the PDP's presidential candidate, supported President Tinubu during the 2023 election. However, cracks have since emerged between Makinde and Wike, who is now the minister of the SCT. Makinde, in a recent interview, disclosed that the rift began after Wike allegedly told the president during a meeting that he would hold PDP for the president ahead of the 2027 elections. Makinde said the statement was made without the knowledge or consent of other stakeholders within the party. The Department of State Services on Thursday played a video recording of Bola Tinubu's speech delivered on August 26, 2025 during his state visit to Brazil as part of evidence to establish its cyber stalking charge against Omoyele Sowore. Well, when the footage actually was played before the Federal High Court in Abuja, while the counsel to the DSS, Akinlolu Kehinde, led Cyril Nosike, the first prosecution witness and an operative of the service, in evidence before Justice Muhammad Umar. According to the prosecution, the video forms part of the materials relied upon to substantiate allegations that Sowore made offensive and damaging comments against the president on social media. The DSS also tendered messages allegedly posted by Sowore on X and Meta, that is Facebook accounts, where he reportedly referred to the president as a criminal. Also admitted in evidence were reactions that followed the post and a certificate of compliance. Justice Umar admitted the materials, marked them as exhibits after the defense counsel, Marshal Abubakar, reserved these objections until the stage of final written addresses. Following the conclusion of the evidence in chief of the prosecution witness, Abubakar applied for an adjournment to enable the defense to study the witnesses' statements and other documents earlier served on them. Justice Umar adjourned the matter to January 27 for cross-examination of the first prosecution witness and continuation of the hearing. In the earlier charge, Sowore and Meta platforms were listed as first, second, and third defendants respectively. However, in the amended charge, the names of X, known as Twitter formerly, and Meta were dropped. Right now, it's only Sowore that is being charged for calling President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a criminal, while the audio was being played of the president disclosing that corruption has been put to a stop in Brazil. Laughter erupted in court. Former Governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, on Thursday raised concerns over what he described as selective accountability in Nigeria, warning that the perception that members of the All Progressives Congress are rarely accused of corruption must be urgently addressed. El-Rufai spoke at the 23rd Daily Trust Dialogue held in Abuja with the theme Nigeria's Fourth Republic: what is happening, what is working, and what is not. According to him, Nigeria suffers from governance without accountability, noting that reforms have focused more on processes than outcomes. The former governor warned that uneven enforcement of laws has far-reaching consequences for ordinary Nigerians. El-Rufai stressed the need to strengthen institutions, particularly through judicial reforms, to guarantee credible elections and an independent electoral commission. All the panelists at the event included the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Policy Communications, Sunday Dare, and Honorable Inenna Elendu Ukeje, Chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee of the 7th and 8th House of Representatives. You're currently listening to the World News right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We'll take a very short break. When we return, we'll head into a news analysis segment. I currently have Barrister Darlington Agumo right here with me in the studio to help analyze some of the stories read out during the news. You can just stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. Barrister Darlington Agumo, good evening. Welcome to the World News.
Esther.
Welcome, sir. I'm glad to have you live with us here.
Yes, after a long while.
Yes, it's been a very long while. Barrister.
What did you do to bring me here now?
Well, I think I'll just say I'm in luck to have you physically here. And besides, we have the evening rush later today, so let's just say that it's going to be full time for us.
I will send you my invoice.
Okay, don't worry.
In kind.
Maybe in cash. Barrister, let's start off with insecurity. Economic summit is currently holding on in Davos. President Donald Trump actually quite made a lot of comments in there. Some Nigerians consider some of the statements he made hilarious, and some Americans were not comfortable with the presentation of the U.S. president, but he condemned the Christian genocide, the perceived Christian genocide in Nigeria. And also the House Congress have complained about the abduction of Christians in Kaduna. House of Rep member Riley Moore has come out to say the Nigerian government keeps denying that the persecution of Christians in Nigeria is not streamlined to Christians, but, other Muslims as well. But how do you define what happened on Sunday? Now, on Sunday, after the abduction of about 177 worshippers in 3 different churches, the police commissioner in Kaduna State told us that that did not happen. We don't know why he made such a statement. But when evidence was brought out, names of all those who were abducted, eventually he rescinded his statement. A lot of Nigerians said it was appalling, it was embarrassing of the police as an institution. And as it stands at this point in time, the international community is really focusing on Nigeria and how they're dealing with insecurity. The Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Air Force are really trying. In fact, yesterday we heard that they rammed into an IED, which actually killed about 5 or 7 of their soldiers, rendered others injured. So efforts are being ramped up, but somehow these individuals continue to want to truncate the efforts of our security personnel. Do you think that this is more embarrassment, or this just highlights the current state of Nigeria's insecurity and something is being done about it?
Esther, governance in Nigeria has been reduced into a joke. A kindergarten joke for that matter. I can't imagine a whole police commissioner denying that such a monumental thing happened in a state. So where are your information gathering mechanism that such a thing will happen and you are not aware and you are denying it? It is either they have been told to deny whenever such a thing happens, or they are complicit in what happened. It cannot be far from it. Answer 2, it shows that the so-called lobbying money is not working. That's just the truth. It's not working. That money, I told you before, that money is just bribe money. They just give them bribe money. It's not going to affect anything. That money will not work. Because whatever is happening here is not to the whole world. So what are you going to lobby? No, are you going to lobby now that nobody was kidnapped? Is it possible? You can see how your government think, Esther. I said these people, they embarrass me personally. Because I can't even go this route. There is no creativity, no thinking. They just woke up and do things that will embarrass everybody. You gave them $9 million to do what? To do what, for God's sake? To do what?
To counter the narrative that there is a Christian genocide, and to curry the favor of the U.S. in helping to assist them to fight out insecurity.
Really? Is it working now? Esther, is it working?
Well, right now, Nigeria and the U.S. are having a meeting. Nigeria is still a country of particular concern, and they're trying to assess how far Nigeria has been committed in eradicating insecurity. That would determine the basis for the U.S. to either remove the tag of country of particular concern. And obviously, they stated that bilateral relationships, they're rekindling the relationship between Nigeria and the U.S. That was part of the testimony in Davos when the President of America spoke in his reaction to the Christian genocide here.
But the man is still sticking to his gun that Nigeria is a disgraced nation. He said it today.
Oh, he mentioned that.
So what makes you think that any lobbying is working? Esther, what makes you think that any lobbying is working? In all the statements Donald Trump made, did he cut a flag for Nigerian government that's okay? Yeah, they are doing something. I can see, at least show one area that they have done so well. Nothing. Esther, completely nothing. So no lobbying money is working anywhere. Nigerian government just bribed some officials and they have pocketed the money and they are smiling to the bank. Nobody will deny what is going on today in Nigeria.
Well, it's the contract is not just limited. They'll pay in tranches, $700 and something $1,000 every month. So the $9 million is not just in one fell swoop. It's going to be paid gradually for the next 6 months.
Hold on, it's a contract. They will pay that money. They will pay that money, whether the thing work or not. They will pay that money, or else those people will be blackmailing them. they pay them as long as their contract. They will pay that money, or else the thing will get worse.
Barrister Darlington, we the community leader in the area where these residents were abducted said that they have sighted them where they were walking, like where the route were along with the residents and the terrorists, and they saw them. Are we saying that we did not get any drone monitoring, any helicopter that could, monitor? Like after what happened, there's no team that has been conscripted there to monitor the movement of those guys. Because now they're demanding that the only way those individuals can be rescued is if they return the motorcycles that were seized by the Nigerian army, which is worth about 28-point-something million naira. That's what they're saying. To secure the release of those abductees, is it possible that the Nigerian military may have to come to an agreement, give them their motorcycle for the release of those individuals unharmed? Because that's the dictate they're giving. They're saying, give us our motorcycles, let's find our way, we'll release those guys.
So, Esther, on many occasions, did we not hear that the terrorists just release their captives unharmed and without any ransom? Is that not what they tell us?
No, there's always something.
Have they ever agreed that anything was given?
No.
In Niger State, did they agree that anything was given?
No. Those school children abduction, they said no.
Good.
They said they negotiated, they spoke together.
Good. Why another guy said that he was coming, they had a deal. He was talking to them. Now, this one that these people have been trekking since Sunday, Esther, look at that state. Since Sunday, they have been trekking inside the bush. And that community leader, who shamelessly denied that such a thing happened.
It was not he told them to deny.
Yes, he
told them to deny.
Yes, he denied. So to save face now, he's telling us that he started them trekking. Esther, can you imagine people trekking since Sunday?
But Barrister, in reaction to this, a couple of persons are saying that these are deliberate efforts to truncate Tinubu's second term bid, that Tinubu is doing so well. There's no governor, there's no president that has been able to restructure Nigeria the way the president is doing, that this is just the work of the opposition to truncate the effort of President Tinubu. If that was the case, we haven't heard the president come out to tell us such a statement in such a term, that this is the working of certain individuals who do not like his reform, who do not like him effortlessly or putting the effort to recalibrate the nation. So how would you describe, that perception these are the works of those who want to hinder the effort of the president to recalibrate Nigeria?
This is a blatant lie. That is this lie. It has no duplicate. It is one whole lie put together once. Where is the reform? Is it in economy? Is it in politics? Is it in infrastructure? Is it in structure? I mean, is it in the behavior of Nigeria? Is it in religion? Esther, please, somebody should tell me, where is the restructuring? Where is the reform? Let them tell me that particular area that Tinubu have reformed in Nigeria. Please, somebody should tell me now.
So, Barrister, are you saying that
I said I want to be convinced.
Major economic overhauls, which included the removal of fuel subsidy, unifying the exchange rate, implementing sweeping tax reforms to boost revenue and investment, alongside infrastructural projects and civil service modernization, aiming to stabilize Nigeria's economy. None of that has been effective.
Sir, where is the effect? If you are doing something, there should be reflection. Now you will see it.
Sir, are there some roads, the Lagos-Calabar coastal highway?
Esther, please, don't walk me up this evening. See, I'm not joking. What do you mean by road? Road what? Road what? Human capital development that you should focus on. Where is it? Esther, you are the number one capital, poverty capital of the world. Is that part of the reform? Or have you moved from that status?
The president told us we experience pains first, but that in the long run, these are beneficial policies.
So the reform is not here now. So what are you praising anybody for?
No, it's not praise. I'm highlighting his economic policies and reforms.
Don't highlight it. You will get some people angry. Please, don't highlight it, please. You were number one economy before APC hijacked Nigeria. Have you moved from there? I mean, you are now number 4. From number 1 to number 4. Have anything changed, Esther?
Barrister, the key areas of the president's economic policy reform was to subsidize the subsidy removal, exchange rate unification, monetary tightening, all right, and increased revenue, which obviously the ones that have been signed for 2025 and 2026 is the consolidated laws. He has expanded the tax base, the tax incentives, and he has introduced new levies, which we're already seeing that kicked off from the 1st of January 2026. And according to the president, it is for economic reform.
So the so-called tax reform now, is it not on hold?
The perspective is the fact that if this is implemented, insecurity would reduce.
If Esther, if remove if here, tell me what is working that I can verify, that I can go to bank with and the check will not bounce. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to hear, Esther. Not if Esther, you were here when they told us that we swear with the fuel subsidy removal, this place will become paradise. Fortunately, you are with me here on that 29th of May 2023. You were here with me that day, that very day. Please, what has changed in that time from that time till now? What has changed? Where are the benefits of the subsidy removal? Where are they? Esther, where are they?
Oh, they are reallocating the money. They increased the FAC allocation of the governors. The major road projects now, which is the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway and the Sokoto-Badagry Highway, and also the trade facilitation, that is the national single window. These are where these monies are being, diverted to also enable some of the policies to kickstart. I mean, basically,
is that what you are told, or
that's what the president highlighted?
That's what we are told.
That's what we're told.
Now, have you ever, please tell me, be sincere now, is there anything this APC government told you that you looked outside and verified that this thing is true? Mention one.
Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway is already effective.
In what way?
What is the benefit?
Hold on. What is the benefit of that coastal road to Nigerians?
Infrastructure.
Infra what?
Good road network.
To the economy, to the poverty that is ravaging Nigerians. Have they finished the road?
No, it's still ongoing.
Ongoing, Abi. So how many years do you think that road will take to finish? Is this something that even in the next 20 years, that road will not be finished? In the next 20 years. Esther, in the next 20 years, they will not finish that road. So what is the hurry? Instead of you to do the thing that will bring benefit to the economy. Esther, you were here the other day when people were lamenting about NEPA. Esther, NEPA. If Tinubu give us the light he promised us, what will happen? Please tell me. If Tinubu decide to give us the light, he promised with his own mouth that if he did not provide this light, that we should not vote for him. If he does that, what will happen, Esther? I mean, things that will impact on the life of Nigerians. So I'm talking of real issues here, and you are telling me road. The one that the Jonathan continued, East-West Road, if they finish it and use the money to, what will happen? You see, all this vainglory, Esther, don't celebrate it. All this selfish projects, don't celebrate it. It is not good for anybody.
You're saying
these are all selfish things. Selfish to say, yes, I am the one that started it. Meanwhile, he will not finish it. You
How
know that I know.
He wouldn't finish
what
it?
Are you? Do
Why
you
do
know
you
how
think
many
he wants to go for a second term so that some of these projects will be completed?
He didn't promise us that. He never promised he would do that road. Even the money for the startup, we never knew where it came from. That is what we are talking about here. Instead, I expect Tinubu to do things. Esther, Ajokuta Steel Company, let him revive it. Let that place. That's the biggest steel company in the whole world, Esther. Imagine the benefit to the economy. The Okwiboku paper mill, all our newspaper houses, all the media houses, they will be buying paper there. The other countries will come here and be buying paper instead of going to import abroad. Aluminium smelter company, or what is it called? Itakpe iron or the mill, I am talking capital projects. Esther, if Tinubu revive all this, what will happen? Don't tell me. Instead of all this tokenism that you are telling me here. No, tell me. Which one is more important to the economy? You can see now. Esther, you can see. Even the petroleum industry, where he is the head, he's the minister. Esther, has anything changed there? I am talking of real issues, let us leave politics and propaganda here. Real issues that will impact on your life, on my children's life. Esther, if Tinubu decide to go this route, what will happen? No. Instead of all this vainglory, vainglory, selfish pursuit that will not help anybody. Everybody jumping into APC and you are celebrating it. To what end? Please, what is the economic value of all this? Esther, tell me. If Tinubu take Nigeria from number 4 economy in Africa to number 1, Esther, won't you celebrate it?
Obviously, obviously.
Oh, you can see. You can see now.
The president is saying that.
You can see now.
He's saying that the intended outcome of all of this is to improve fiscal discipline and reduce debts, and also to increase foreign direct investment, boost local production and food security, achieve 6% GDP growth.
Esther, I've had enough of all these rhetorics. Which in foreign direct investment? Who is coming here to invest anything? Who?
The president has been traveling to France.
And what is the benefit?
Abu Dhabi.
What did he bring?
The idea is to bring in more foreign direct investment.
Remember the time the first year in office, he traveled to India and they told us one Indian businessman, one Indian billionaire is coming with $14 billion. Before he came back, by another, you are celebrating it. Esther, where is the Indian man and his $1 billion?
You can't tell.
Where is he?
Chagri is his friend. Maybe those ones are facilitating.
Okay, these are the ones that are making Nigeria. Somebody with dubious character. Thank God somebody gave you an article written by Bayo Ononoga concerning this same man. His Oga gave this second highest honor in Nigeria. Bayo Ononoga wrote an article on that man. I expect Bayo Ononoga to show his Oga the article he wrote on that man. Yes, that's what he's supposed to do. He wrote an article on him. Somebody showed it to you. This man has been declared persona non grata in many Western world. And these are people Tinubu is making friends with. What is he giving to Nigeria?
The president said these are not sentiments. It's basically business.
And that's what I'm telling you. It will be business. What are those businesses? This man is making Nigeria through contracts.
Okay, if you talk about that, the foreign direct investment and the partnership, France is part of those that will be helping with the digital whatever for our tax. Is that not an opportunity?
Esther,
sir?
Anything that has to do with any foreign company coming here to collect contract is not an FDI. Please forget it.
All right.
We are going to pay France for that, two of us. We are going to pay.
We don't know the memorandum of understanding
it can never be free. A Chagodi man cannot do anything free for you. You know that, I know that. So what are you telling me here? They came to make Nigeria, and these are the people Tinubu is making friends with. The 2,000 tractors that will enter the farm this year, this January. Esther, did you hear or see any tractor? That Belarus man brought here. I mean, why we have paid him, the man from Belarus, who was his classmate. You can see how friendship is now eroding our economy.
The man from Belarus was not the one in charge of the project. It was just a friend, his friend from Chicago, as an evidence that they were roommates or the next door neighbors who was in attendance when the president was launching those tractors.
So where is the tractors coming from? Is it not from Belarus? Were you not told that his friend from Belarus? Now the whole thing turned to be a ruse. Is that not the end? The whole thing turned out to be a ruse. So be careful. They say if you tell me your friends, I will tell you whom you are. Look at all the friends we have been hearing about. None of them have impacted in the economy of this country. Rather, they came to take. They came to take. All this is you are telling me now. Mention one thing that has been done in this country today that has impacted on our economy. Mention one. I was not telling you about any NPC.
Well, they say some of these relationships take time. The president may still travel to market the country anytime from now. It's something that he will continue to do, and there are expectations that more foreign direct investment will come in from there.
You, this young lady, you are not listening to me.
I'm listening to you. I'm just telling you.
Hold on. This thing that you are doing to Tinubu,
I'm doing to...
I am not. Look, you are marketing him. And unfortunately, the thing, nobody's buying your market.
Barrister, I'm not marketing anybody. I'm just telling you.
What you are telling me?
The president said him traveling all over the world is to market Nigeria.
Good, and
so basically, he will still travel. It's to market the country and bring in more foreign direct investment.
You are very, very correct. He will market more. At the end of the day, what happened? So with all this kidnapping, with all this insecurity, somebody will come here to invest. Esther, tell me. With what the whole world have seen Nigeria to be now, yes, somebody will come here to invest, Abi. You can see now. Esther, you can see how your marketing and Tinubu's marketing is not working.
It's not my marketing.
You can see it
I'm
now.
I'm just presenting. I'm not being partisan towards anything.
Esther, I am providing facts here. The NNPC that he is the minister. Please, what that is the cash cow of Nigeria as of today. Esther, what have we benefited from NNPC? Except corruption. The 210 trillion naira that is missing from that place up to today, has anybody given us a clue as to where that money went to? Thank God it's an APC populated National Assembly that revealed that scandal. If not, they would have said, no, it's not true, it's propaganda, it's the opposition. Up to today, Esther, 210 trillion naira. Are you telling me that money just disappeared? It's in somebody's pocket.
Well, the Minister of Petroleum may eventually tell us where that money went.
He will eventually.
He may eventually tell us.
It will take how many? It will take 20 years, Abi. Are you serious, Esther? You can see you can see. So that money now, by the time they finish doing what they want to do with it, then they will come and explain to you, Abi. EFCC cannot investigate where that money went to.
The president is immune. Can they investigate? Can
I
they
said
investigate
EFCC.
EFCC, can they investigate the president? That's
Why
the Minister
not?
of Petroleum.
No, the law says you can investigate. Then after his tenure, you can prosecute. That's what the law says.
Okay.
Yeah, you can investigate him even in office. America FBI did it to Joe Biden. So what is wrong here? Tell me. Look, Esther, there is nothing to take home here. Nothing. Don't even. It's very, very annoying when you see how your country have gone south. Under what? Under 2 years, going to 3 years. Look at where we are. Esther, did you ever imagine in your wildest dream that a day will come when America will come here to help us and even bomb Nigeria? Because we couldn't help ourselves.
Not bomb Nigeria.
What did we do?
It was just where the terrorists were based in Sokoto.
Yes, no, the bomb landed in Nigerian soil. And it's from a foreign power. Is that not a fact? Oh, is that not a fact? The man said he's coming back. Maybe you don't. He says he's coming back.
No, obviously they're still monitoring situation.
So what does that tell you? If you can help yourself, why must another person come to help you, Esther? Tell me. In the whole of Africa, have such a thing happened before? Esther, in the whole of Africa, have such a thing happened before? All because Tinubu refused to act. He refused to act. When a man is weak, do you need anybody to tell you that he's weak? It will be shown to everybody. It will be obvious to everybody. Rather, if it is IPOP that open their mouth, you say go and get them. Because you send army, you say police.
So we have very limited time. Let's come to Seyi Makinde visiting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Aso Villa. Makinde arrived at the State House shortly after Caleb Mutfwang just left. A lot of governors who some recently defected to the APC and others who have one or two issues politically are trying to meet with the president. In Seyi Makinde's case, you've heard he has an ambition for 2027. And you saw what the former Ekiti State Governor Fanshe said about him. What do you think that visit would have been all about?
Look, I will advise Seyi Makinde to be very careful. I'm not joking.
Okay.
You see this thing he's doing in Southwest, especially in Ibadan, because of political selfish interests. He's now violated the tradition and culture of the Yorubas, telling us now that the man at Ibadan will now be superintending or supervising or sitting at the chair over an Alaafin in Yoruba land. And everybody kept quiet.
The Yorubas are the ones to speak about
Hold on, I'm coming. These are part of the thing. He's now playing gambit with Tinubu over tradition and culture because of what? Politics. You saw what they are doing with the Awujale. And now it has become a situation of politics. By the time it will backfire, Esther, it will now concern you and I, because we are here in the Southwest. I am advising him to be very careful. And I know why he's paying too much attention in Ogun State and Dapo. He wants to use them. Maybe he's thinking of becoming the owner of Yoruba land. He's thinking of one traditional stool when he leave office. And he's planning it now. Nobody will talk now. Nobody. By the time the problem will start, they will look for somebody, especially the Igbo, to pin it on their head.
No,
I am saying it now.
What concerns
hold on.
And their traditional
Esther,
whatever?
Listen very well. You had it here. It has happened severally on this platform.
On their traditional whatever.
When they blame us, they say we are the one desecrating the Yoruba tradition and culture. You heard when Hassan said it. That man that was writing letter the other time. Did he not pin it on it?
2023 it's
the same thing that is going on now. I told you what he did, which is untraditional, uncultural. All because of what? Sentiment, to please Tinubu, so that he will say, yes, you are doing a good job. You are doing a good. Traditional rulers no longer have a mouth. They don't have a say over the people they preside over. They don't have a say. It is what they say in Abuja that they will carry out.
But it has been like that.
It has never been like that. Esther, it has never been like that.
I mean, recently.
Go and check when we had Obasuju Adedem. You know, where they control this thing that is happening now that is affecting you and I, Esther. All this thing that they are doing now, everybody insult all over the place on social media. It's because nobody is controlling anybody. When we had the leaders in this particular region, they will speak and it will be like that. When Padesoya was here.
Are you sure these leaders are not the ones that are supporting some of these things you're using
that's what I'm telling you now.
Social media?
The real leaders are no longer here. The ones you have now, they are the ones encouraging all this hate we are talking about, Esther. Get where I'm going to. Get it right. Everything now is politicized because the user, they no longer have anybody they listen to. The real traditional, the real leaders of this land, they are no longer available. What you have now, political charlatans who are causing problem, causing hate. Esther, when we had leaders here, this thing never happened at all. You and I know that. It never happened. They won't tolerate it. They will call their people to order and it will stand. Now, nobody controls anything. You don't wake up and you talk and write anything. Spreading hate all over the place. Just because a political leader have induced you. A political have told you to insult your leader, insult everybody, and you put it there on social media. And nobody calls anybody to order, Esther. Is that not where I'm going? Hold on. Is that not the genesis of this matter? Was it like this before? When the Suju Ades were here, when Padesoya was here, tell me, when the Ghanaian for you were, when the Tai Solari was here, did you hear or see this type of nonsense that is going on here now? That they are causing hate and problem all over the place, all because of politics. Tradition and culture is no longer respected, Esther. It's no longer respected at all. And you are asking me which one. It concerns me because that is genesis of the hate you see on social media. That is just the truth. Why can't we have people who will say, no, this is not our culture. This is not how what we are known for.
Barrister, in as much as some of the things you're saying is actually quite accurate, it doesn't surmount to you getting yourself so worked up about
it. Oh, really?
But
the hatred you are talking, you be the one, but I'm talking of the genesis. Because whenever you see a problem, go and check. It started from somewhere. It started from somewhere. That is just the truth. The problem does happen. Somebody started it. And if you don't call that person to order, it will spread and become something, it will escalate. True or false?
Very true.
Also, what are you telling me here?
Degenerated. Agreed.
I mean, so what are you telling me here?
You get yourself worked up, Barrister. You still have a program from 7 to 9 o'clock. If you exhaust,
is it not you that? Is it not you? Is it not you who refuses to agree with me?
I don't have to agree. With you,
don't agree now. Don't agree.
Not to agree with everything that you say.
Don't agree with me.
I cannot agree with everything that you say. Otherwise, we're not going to be having a conversation. And certain factual elements.
Then keep quiet. Then keep and listen to me. Let me teach you.
I'm listening to you, Barrister.
You're not listening.
Sometimes I have to present the facts on table to you. I mean, if the government says this is what they are doing and you're countering and saying that's not what they are doing, I have to present the evidences they say they have to counter whatever it is you're saying.
This is the PDP governor going to Asoro to, trying to manipulate things. Is this supposed to be so?
Well,
how can Ibadan chief be presiding over Alaafin, which Makinde is orchestrating today? Is that how it's supposed to be? Or because he has been told to do so? Esther, he has been told to do so, and he has gone to Asoro to report his
what? How do you know the essence of that meeting? It could be anything, Barrister Darlington. You can't say what you do not know.
It's all about politics.
It's politics. It could be a number of issues.
Who will control who, Esther?
Barrister, it could be a number of issues, not necessarily what you think it
don't
is.
Worry yourself.
The details of that meeting has not yet been reviewed. So you cannot surmise that this is what it is.
Abuja stool is now in contention. And I'm telling you, at the end of the day, this one is talking another. He's wasting his time. When they choose anybody they want, that person will be. And that is for politics, whether you like it or not. And that is for future things that will happen. So that when somebody say, my son will be this, they will just endorse him. When somebody say, I want to be this, they will just endorse it. What will you do? Esther, what will you do? Were you not here when it was happening? Did you talk? Did you say anything? By that time now, you now see that, yes, infamy have come to reign. Infamy, Esther, infamy.
All right, Barrister Dan Sagumar, thank you so much for giving us your insight on the world news at 6. We actually run out of time, and definitely we're coming back during the evening rush. I do hope by then that you would have been able to calm down, because we have quite a lot to discuss during the evening rush, and you will really need your saliva and your strength to buttress and explain issues in whatever capacity you have to. But however, thank you for taking your time to give us your perspective to the issues.
No problem.
The response of Barrister Darlington basically his and does not represent that of Voice of the People 90.3 FM. But just before we go, let's look at stories outside the shores of Nigeria. Ukraine's President Zelensky says an agreement has been reached with the US on security guarantees in the event of a ceasefire with Russia, but it is yet to be signed. He was speaking to reporters after an hour-long meeting with Donald Trump at the World Economic Forum in Davos. In a speech to world leaders, Zelensky criticized Europe for avoiding action and called on the continent to protect itself. Earlier, Trump said a settlement of the Ukraine war is coming very soon, as he joined other world leaders to inaugurate his Board of Peace. On Greenland, Trump said on Wednesday there was a framework of a deal, but the Greenlandic Prime Minister says his country chooses a framework that is currently known today. And that's a wrap on the world news at 6. My name is Esther Wachuku. Good evening, and thank you for listening.